In a blue, deadly brilliance, a parched madness of rock, of dust, and a pounding ache of blood, I go upward in a mountain world of fear and leathery grass, of pine trees blasted like gibbets, holding out fistfuls of needles bunched at the branch end, bristling, still as coral. A mountain is lifting me into terror. With a clatter of little stones, I climb out onto eternity. My shadow trails with me. I've come here of my own will. My voice is ready for any cries needed. Like a grave, the cave hole is watching in appalling quiet. I stand, part of the stillness. Not the alert lizards trigger stillness. Stillness of some skulls lying in the open, and a lilac scent of rottenness hanging like a veil over the retina, and a scream going on and on, too fierce for the ear nerve, too deep in the air's stillness. The masked hills trying to tell me, straining their stillness. Flies meander in and out of the cave. They settle on the sunny rocks to clean their wrists and behind their heads. They settle on my shirt. The rocks that stare through the end stare deep into me with their final faces. I'm very frail, almost nothing, not here, yet here. A moment ago, not here. Suddenly shouting into the cave, "Come out! And come out, come out!" The echo brightens the hills like a bomb flash. Somewhere under the ground, the bear is at home. The brain flickering, quicker than any of these flies, the bunched talons, contented, the fangs in their own kingdom, and the happy blood. The black well too deep to glitter, where my shout that clangs among open mountains is already being digested. For the pine trees and for the sprawled hills, pasturing their shadows, it is ordinary morning. But the bear is filling the cave mouth, its aimed gullet point blank, blasting. The risen bear walks to embrace me with a scream like a weapon twisting into my midriff. The rib-roofed gape measuring at my head, and I see black lips, the widening curtains of saliva, the small eyes brown and wet and full of evil, locked in a fever of annihilation. Lifted talons spread out like dung forks, reaching to drag the sky down. Over my eyes, the bear crashes its mass onto me like a conifer. And at that moment, I grip it. I push away those eyes, the maniacs, and the ripsaw scream, the hatred like agony, the jaws like a ghastly injury, widening. I grip it with my left hand by the shag and cordage of its gullet, and I hold it at my locked arm's length, and with my dagger in this other hand, I rip it up, From the belly, up, I rip it. I am a steel madman. The bear's scream is sawing at my brains, but I rip upward till the heart muscle kicks at the dagger haft, and I have opened a river, and the bear slides from me like a robe. I've cut the cords off. I wade out of the daze. A long while I stand like a man awakening. The rocks wait for me, landmarks back to enormous mountain silence. Time tries to move. I watch blood crawling to touch my boot, slowly, blindly tasting the dust, and the treetops stir. The blue tits are busy and inquisitive, but the rocks and the engraved hills are altered. Their incomprehensible faces stare at me with a new fear. I come back down through the fir trees to my companions and the eyes of the dogs that were afraid to come with me. I'm bloody as a Caesarean babe. Not my blood. I send them up to strip the carcass. I sleep, exhausted.